Good morning, my friends. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning. It is a cloudy day in Stockholm today, but apparently it's going to be quite nice. It's about to be 15 degrees. Yay! I am going to show you another use of my new Tom Ford, and this one is called, I can't remember and can't read without my glasses, Tom Ford Soleil Eye Color Quad Lumiere. And I had bought the color 03 Moonlight Dip. Looks like that. I have used it before. I am going to use it again because I really like it. And I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use, well, I'm going to try and use all of them again. I did also purchase the Tom Ford Soleil Glow Highlighter in 01 Capri. Looks like that. It is absolutely stunning. The Tom Ford ones are one of my favorites. I previously bought from last year's, it's the Tom Ford Soleil Glow Highlighter in 02 Nude Island. This is from last year, and I have used this one quite a bit. It is in a very nice gelée, well, I would call it like baked gelée formula, but this one is really nice. The highlighters came out in 4 colors. We only got 2 at the store where I purchased my Tom Ford. They had number 1 and number 3 Portofino. The number 2 is it looks quite similar to this one. It's a little bit different. I've seen swatches, so it is a little bit different. The Portofino one is more of a rosé gold, and I think I'm actually going to buy that one as well because I absolutely love this one. This one, however, right now, since I've been in Spain, I still have a bit of a tan, and it is quite too light on me. I will try and use this one today, but I might mix in some of the other one. I have already done my face as a base. Well, first of all, I used my regular Ambre Solaire Garnier Sun Protection SPF. I did use the L'Oreal True Match Nude, and I'm in the color 3 to 4 Light Medium. I did put on some powder, if I can find my powder. Yes, there it is. The Kosas, it's the Cloud Set, and I am in the color Feathery, which is the darkest one I have right now. It's not terribly dark, I think it's shade 2. I normally wear Airy, which is the lightest one. I did put on some blush. I used the Merit blush in Archival. It's a very subtle blush. I also put on some of my Farah Hamidi bronzer, and I'm in the color Bois. And then I did my eyebrows with my Depend Twin Thin eyebrow pen, and it's this little guy with two little brushes, and I'm in the color Taupe. So to get on with it, glasses off. I also, of course, I put on some primer, Urban Decay Primer Potion, always on my lids. Love that one. So we will start using the new Tom Ford eyeshadows. They did come out with, I think it was 5 separate shades. There is another one that I'm looking for. This was the only new release, and I think this one is quite similar to the one called New Dip that they released a couple of years ago that everybody wants. It's one of my unicorn eyeshadow quads. I really would like to have that one. I'm starting off with the lightest one in my inner corner. Since I am wearing black today, I think I might do a little bit of a smoky eye. But even if I'm doing a smoky eye, I always tend to put some light shadow in my inner corner because I like the way it looks. Sorry, making weird mascara faces. And I'm putting some on the brow bone, same lightest color. But the other shades that they came out with in the Soleil packaging was previously existing shades. I think they are limited edition because they are in the white packaging, but I think that they might bring them back in a different packaging. I already have Honeymoon. It's one of my favorite eye quads by Tom Ford, so I did not pick that one up. They have one that is slightly more mauvey pink that I really liked, and they have a beautiful like peachy golden colors, and as you know, those are not my best colors. I do use them in the summertime, but in the summertime, on the other hand, I don't use as much makeup, so it's not really a huge point for me to buy peachy shades. I did buy the big Natasha Denona peach palette, Bloom, I think it's called Bloom palette, and I really like that one, and I use it, but I tried to use it this winter, but I looked like I had red eye, so it's not my best colors, so I'm not gonna pick up the Tom Ford ones. I like the dark gloomy colors more, so but I'm thinking of buying the pink one. I have used this one a couple of, I think 4 times since I bought it last weekend, which is good. I really like it. It's very easy. You can create some really nice looks using this one. You can do like a somewhat of a like smoky eye. You can use just the light shades. And that's what I like with the Tom Ford shadows. They're really super easy to use and to wear. And you can always create really beautiful eye looks. I think of all the really like high-end brands, I think Tom Ford is actually one of my favorite ones. I really do like Chanel. I'm not 100% in love with their eyeshadows. I buy them from time to time, but it's not something that I need to buy every time. They have gotten a lot better, I must say, but I still, Tom Ford has my heart. I really like. It has a lot of pigmentation, but it's still very easy to work with. It is very nice. I also very much enjoy the eyeshadows from GRWM. They are really lovely, and I think I have like 4 or 5, maybe 6. I don't know. I have quite a few of them. And as you've seen before, I bought the spring release, the denim collection, and I really liked that one. That one was absolutely fabulous. And I have got at least 4 from the original, the quads that you can still get your hands on. And they have some really interesting colors. I bought one called, I think, Metallic Butterfly, which has a lot of pinks and pink, gold, and like dark brown, and that one is beautiful. I was a bit apprehensive because I thought, am I going to use the pink? But it's actually a beautiful pink. It looks good on me, so. Well, I think it looks good on me. I'm not sure if you think it looks good on me. We'll see. I'll do a look for you with that one. But the GRWM ones are really expensive. Well, the Tom Fords are the same color, not the same color, same price range. So I would wait until there's a sale because they are really expensive. I think they're about 95 euros, something like that. But I usually end up buying my Tom Ford and my GRWM when I have a coupon, because usually, since I'm a member and since I buy way too much makeup, I usually buy it at Åhléns in Stockholm, and they are really good at giving out like 20% off, 25% off coupons. I am using the gold now just to smudge the edges a bit. But this one is very nice. If you compare this to the Honeymoon is much more intense. It's much deeper. So if you prefer deeper, now this, I think this is about as deep as you can get using this one. But if you prefer even more darkness or even more depth, I would go for the Honeymoon. The Honeymoon palette is absolutely beautiful. I use that one quite a bit as well. I can do a look with that one for you if you're interested. Just drop a comment. I'm happy to do it. And I'm taking the slight mauvey taupey shade, just like to blend the two shades together. I think this is actually going to be a favorite of mine. I would have loved to buy the Nude Dip one. I hope some of you got it because it looks absolutely stunning, and I'm really sad I didn't get that one. Taking a little small brush. This one is probably older than my kids. It's from Face Stockholm, which is a brand that I used to work for in the late 90s. They are still around, still make good makeup, and they make brushes. So this is from when I was working for them. This is a natural hairbrush. I have no idea what kind of natural hair it is because, well, it's from the 90s. I think it might be squirrel, but I'm not sure. I'm using the darkest shade. Just underneath my lower lash line. There we go. And then I'm taking some of the golden on the same brush and just smudging it out, just to add a little bit of warmth. Because I must say that the darkest shade is a very neutral. I wouldn't say it's cold, but it's quite neutral. So if you want to add some warmth, you need to have the golden shade just on the edges. And then I'm taking some of the taupey shade just to mix it in here. There we go. That is it from the Tom Ford palette. Love this. I absolutely adore it. I'm then going to use the highlighter. There we go. And I'm using one of my Real Techniques brushes. This is one of my favorite highlighter brushes. Use this one loads. They are really impactful, but they are still subtle in a way, which I really like the highlighters. You get this sort of like glassy effect. I am going to add a little bit more of the one from last year. This one, because it is slightly golden, and since I have gold in my eye look, I'm going to add some more gold. So I'm just going to use that one below the white one. And I'm one of those girls that loves highlighter. I know it's very 2016, but I like shiny stuff, okay? So, proud to be a shiny stuff lover. There we go. I will then use my Victoria Beckham Orchid Satin Kajal, because I think that color is really, really good with this palette. If you want to go even darker, you can absolutely use Cocoa, you can use Ash. You could probably use, well, most of them, I would say. I think it would look nice also to use like a dark blue, the navy. But I wanted quite, I wouldn't say subtle, but somewhat of a softer smoky eye. I'm just using this on my inner rim, the waterline. There we go. So I have a little bit more darkness, and I'm then going to use a little bit on my, as an eyeliner on my upper lashes. Just add a little bit more darkness. There we go. So it's a very soft eyeliner kind of look. I am going to use the same brush that I used and just smudge it a bit to diffuse the color. There we go. And put on some mascara. I'm using my Rum mascara, the black one. Absolutely love this one. I know, I'm sorry, you have to watch me do my mascara and it takes a little bit of time. But I can't put on mascara before I'm doing my eyeshadow. It drives me insane. Because I get eyeshadow on my lashes, so I still have to reapply mascara, and then it just gets icky, and no, I refuse. I can't do it. So you just have to endure. And I still don't know how to edit my videos. Sorry. So you will have them raw with bloopers, which I hope is okay. If it's not, I'm sorry. There we go. Should I have some on my lower lash line? Yeah. I know I should do that first. I'm always going in thinking that maybe I don't need it, and then I end up doing it anyways. So that is the eye look done. I'm just going to add some of my Merit lip liner that I bought. This one is in the color teeny tiny letters. This is the signature lip in Coupe. I bought two when I was in Sephora in Marbella, and this is one of them. I love these. They are quite translucent, which is fabulous. I like this. I prefer the bespoke one, but this one is really good too. And I use them as lipstick, because then I can just put like a sheer gloss on top. So my friends, there we go. I hope I didn't, well, pull too long. I wish you all a very happy day, and I will see you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.